The other question that we get regarding UDI is, where is this particular UDI attribute showing up in the life cycle? So very early on, in early label design, and also discussions about managing content and data surrounding a product, and certainly before the product goes into commercial distribution or be placed on the market, UDI needs to be resolved and applied. Similar type of life cycle for European Union, although it does get a little bit different with notified bodies involvement and so on. And the other point I'll quickly make is that UDI may be a straight direct handoff for you to provide information to some of your customers, and also when you're reporting that information to health authorities as mandated and required to go into various databases. But be aware, there are a number of waves of downstream users, data processors, those actual healthcare providers, the patient, and other public entities that use this data and rely on that data. So making sure that the identification is correct and the attributes associated with that identifier is very key, because there's a downstream audience that's quite broad in the use of UDI. All right, with that said, let's take a little bit of a view around the world. Let's head up to the Skylab, go around the Earth and see what we see as far as UDI goes. Back in 2014, the U.S. was one of the first, was the first regulator to adopt UDI requirements. We're now on the threshold of EU adopting 2020 timeframe, and we'll dive into that a little bit deeper later in this discussion. The Netherlands have a national implant registry underway. The second wave that identified here, Australia, China, Saudi Arabia, and South Korea, they do have documents out and working hard to put a UDI program in place. China and South Korea actually are in the middle of pilots. So these are the next wave, 2020, 2021 timeframes, that sort of thing, that will be rolling out UDI. And as you look around the world, there's a number of other agencies that are putting UDI initiatives together and working on their plans.